So for the stats card, we are going to do the following. Jump into the statscard.jsx. We're going to begin by importing a few things. Let's close all of this down. I mean, we're not using them now, so we can close all of those. So we can import the $. It's not giving. Okay, there we go. So $, and then trending up, and then the receipt. These are icons. So receipt from Lucid React. We can import use user from @Clerk React. We can import use query from Convex React. We can import the API from this kind of // convex / generated / API, and then we can import format currency from /utils / currencies, and this is a file that we don't have. So before we continue, I want to go ahead and get this file. Now this file, I'm just going to go ahead and copy it. So if I go into the utils right here, I have currencies.js, and you can see that it is quite a huge file, and I just generated this using AI because there's no way I was going to type all of this out. So it contains the names of the countries, as well as the currencies, as well as their flags, as well as their symbols. And it also contains some other functions, as you can see. So get currency by the code, and then the format currency function, which we actually want, and then the exchange rates, and this is all just generated by AI, and then we can convert the currency. So just simply go ahead and copy that file, and once again, this is going to be linked in the description, so no worries, you'll have access to it. Simply check the description, get the GitHub repository, and then find your way to this file, copy it, and then inside the currencies.js. So actually we need to go ahead and create a utils folder. So inside the source folder, you can create a new file called / or called utils / currencies.js, and that is going to create the folder and then the file, and then simply paste that in, save that, and then now we can continue working on the stats card. So navigate back to this. Now the stats card takes in a couple of props. So it takes in the total expenses, it takes in the monthly expenses, and it takes in the expense count as well. And then inside here, we want to go ahead and get the user. So const user is equal to use user, and then the const user data is equal to use query, and we want to get api.users.get, which is a function that we don't yet have, but this is going to be taken in the user !.id, where I want to check if the user ID, or that if the user ID is true, then we want to pass in the user ID as the user.id. Otherwise, we want to skip the query, and then this should say ? Go, and then const user currency is equal to, we want to check the user data. If it is true, we want to get the .currency of the user. Otherwise, we want to default it to USD, once again, simply because the US dollar is a widely known currency. And then we're going to create some stats here. So const stats is equal to an array of objects. This is going to have a name called total expenses, and then the value we're going to be calling format currency. So format currency, and then pass in the total expenses, and then also pass in the user currency, like so. The icon that it is going to show is the $, and then the color is going to say text -primary -500. And then let's go ahead and copy this down 2 more times. So copy 1 and 2. This is now going to say this month. This is going to say format currency, and then monthly expenses, passing the user currency. This is going to be the trending up icon, and then the text is going to say white, and then next is going to say total records, and then format currency, and not format currency really, but the value now is not going to be formatted, but instead it is going to be the expense count dot to string. So the icon that is showing is going to be the receipt icon, and then the text is going to be text purple 500, and then I can begin to build out this return, which is quite small. This is going to have a class name here of grid and grid-columns-1 on medium screens, grid-columns-2, and give it a gap of 6 to space them out, not GPA but gap. And then inside here we're going to say stats map, and then for every stat that we get back, then we're going to return a div here with a key of stat.name, because there is no stat that has a similar name. And then this is going to have a class name of bg-transparent, and then rounded-xl, and then border, and padding all around the 6. I missed padding the last time. And then border, then border-neutral -800, and then on hover, border-neutral -600, then transition colors. And then inside here we're going to have another div with a class name of flex, and then items-center, and then justify-between. And then inside here, this div, we're going to create another div, and this div is going to have a paragraph with a class name of text neutral -300, and then text-sm, and then font-medium. And then this is going to say the start.name. And then below this paragraph, we're going to have another paragraph with a class name of text-2xl, font-bold, then text-white, then margin top of 1. And then this is going to say the start.value. And then we're going to go below this div, and then we're going to render out the start.icon, because it is an icon, so we can access it like so, as though it is an element. And then give it a class name here, class name, which is going to be dynamic. We're going to say give it a size of 8, and then we also want to append the start.color to it, so that we can append this color. Fantastic. So if I save that, we should now be able to see this stats card, but once again we're getting an error somewhere. What is the issue? It says, oh, we don't have the functions. Let's go ahead and create these functions. So inside Convex, inside the users.js, let's go ahead and create all the functions that we're going to need for the users. So we already have the function here to store the user. So the next function that we're going to create is the update currency. So export const update currency. This is going to be equal to a mutation. We're going to go ahead and pass in the arguments here, and we're going to pass in the user ID, which is v.string. We're going to pass in the currency, which is v.string as well. Let me check my recording. And then we're going to have a handler here, which is an asynchronous function, passing the context as well as the arguments, where we're going to say const user is equal to await context.db.query, and we are querying the users table, and we're querying it with index of by user ID. We're passing a callback function here. We're going to say query.equals user ID, then passing the arguments dot user ID. This is something that we've done before, so we want to get the first one that matches. Now this is the same as getting the existing user on top, but you can see that this one I call it existing user, and now this one I'm calling it user. So you can choose to call it user or existing user, as long as your functionality works and it doesn't confuse you in the long run, and as long as it is what you've been using for your code, so that you don't get mixed up. Now if there's a user, then we want to say return await context.db.patch, and we're going to patch the user._id, and then we are going to attach the currency, and then we're going to pass in the arguments.currency, because that is the value that we are changing. And then the other function that we're going to need is the get function. So export const get is equal to query. We're going to pass in the arguments here, and we're going to say that the user ID is going to be v.string, and then the handler here is going to be an asynchronous function, once again taking the context and the arguments here, and we're going to say return await context.db.query, and we're querying the users table with index of by user ID, and then we're going to pass in the callback function here. We're going to say q.equals the user ID, pass in the arguments dot user ID like so, and then dot first. Fantastic. Now we can save that, and then our application should reload. Loading, and there we go. But we still have an error. What is the issue? I mean, we already have that function, right? We have an error here. Could not find public function for users get. Export const get. This is a function right here. What are we calling it here? api.users.get. That is the correct one. I mean, right there, it's even referencing the correct function. So let's reload that. What is the problem? Okay, so it just needed some head right there. Okay, so not a number. This should be correct because we don't have any expenses yet. But if it is not a number, probably you want to show some kind of other state which is not this. And this should be showing 3 grid columns, I think. So that is something else that I messed up. And it should be here, 3 grid columns. There we go. So 1, 2, and 3. Now next, we are going to be working on the expense list component. And using the power of editing, I'm going to skip ahead about 24 hours because it is heading to 2 a.m. in the morning and I need to be at work by 8 a.m. So let's just skip to the next part.